Good evening. I'll be your board game sommelier tonight. Perhaps I could interest you in one of our newest selections, fresh from the cellar, just opened today. It's a new title from Japan, and it comes in a very nice package. Very good. In that case, might I suggest? Hi, I'm Alex Hart, and welcome to Might I Suggest a Game, a channel devoted to helping you find your perfect board game. Today, we've got a new episode of the Fresh from the Cellar series, where I take a new-ish board game release and share my thoughts and recommendations. This time around, we'll be talking about the game Durian by Oink Games. Now, Oink Games is a publisher that's known for packing great things in small packages, and I think that you'll find that Durian does exactly that. Durian is a fun, press-your-luck party game for 2 to 7 players that is easy to learn, quick to play, and has great components. So, is Durian the perfect game for you? Let's find out, shall we? Here we have a game of Durian set up for 5 players. You'll each take a fruit card from the top of the deck and put it in the stand in front of you. This represents your inventory. You should be able to see everybody else's fruit cards, but you won't be able to see your own. Now, you're ready to start the game. On your turn, you'll draw the top fruit card from the deck. You'll have to pick one of the 2 sides of the card to represent your order, and you want to make sure that there's enough fruit in the inventory to cover your order. Once you decide, you'll put that fruit on the right side of the board, the one with the check mark, and the other one will be under the X. Play will continue in a clockwise fashion with players drawing cards and placing orders, all while trying not to exceed the current inventory. The tricky part is, each player still doesn't know the fruit that's in front of them, so some of the orders might seem kind of strange. Now, during your turn, you might flip up one of these 3 mischievous gorilla sibling cards. They have different powers if they end up in your inventory, but if it's an order, you'll have to flip one of the existing orders to the other side. Be careful which one you choose, though. If you flip a card that causes the orders to exceed the inventory, you could get called out and lose the round. But if that doesn't happen, play will continue on as before. Players will continue drawing cards and placing orders until someone places a card that you're not so sure about. If that's the case, then the next player can forego drawing a card to ring the bell and call the manager. When that happens, the round is over and everybody will reveal the inventory cards in front of them. Then, you'll count up the amount of each type of fruit in the orders column and see if it exceeds the inventory. If it doesn't, then the person who rang the bell and called the manager loses the round. But if it does, then the player who played the last card loses the round, even if that card wasn't the reason why you went over. If you lost that round, you'll take the next Angry Gorilla token. The values of these go up each round, and if anyone ever makes it to 7 points, then they lose, and everyone else wins. Durian is fun, it's fast, and it doesn't require a lot of commitment, which is great for a party game. And I'm convinced that there's not much in this world that's more satisfying than ringing the bell on one of your opponents. There's a lot of deduction and a lot of side-eyeing that goes on when you're trying to figure out what cards you have in front of you, and all of that gets turned on its head when those gorilla cards pop out. I think the art is really nice, the gameplay was super smooth, and I think Oink Games did it again and made a super minimal game that's also super fun. Here's my recommendations for the type of people that might like this game. First, if you've eaten durian before, whew, good on you. Maybe you should just buy this game as a prize because it is not good. Secondly, if you go to the zoo and the gorilla pen is your first stop and you still remember the legend Harambe, rest in peace. Then you might also like Durian. Thirdly, if you just like press your luck games like BS or Pass the Pigs and you're looking for something pocket-sized to really spice up your next party, then Durian might be the game for you. And if you're like me and you can't resist the ringing the bell on top of your opponents, it's just so good, then might I suggest Durian. Thanks so much for tuning in to this episode of the Fresh from the Cellar series. If you have any thoughts on which new game I should review next, drop them down below in the comments so I can use those to convince my wife that it's definitely a good idea to buy more games. Thanks to everyone who supported me so far. If you haven't, please go like, comment, and subscribe so I can continue growing this channel and keep helping you find your perfect board game. Once again, this has been a Might I Suggest a Game production, and I'm Alex, your board game sommelier, signing off.